it's interesting that there are certain vegetables that have virtually zero carbohydrates. Now, I am talking about net carbs because it is true that fiber is a carbohydrate. But to have zero net carbs and zero sugars and yet have calories, it's actually quite interesting. So we have this food that has super high phytonutrients, right? With all sorts of amazing properties from anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, that can fight all sorts of diseases, and a bunch of nutrients and minerals and trace minerals, etc. But the lower the carb, the more keto friendly it will be. Now, the only time I wouldn't recommend consuming vegetables in general is that if you have a serious gut inflammatory situation, which is just going to tear you up. So for that situation, I put a video down below of what you should eat. But for most people, I think it's a really good idea to consume foods that are as low on the carbohydrate scale as possible. So broccoli per cup has just over 1 gram of carb, and it has just over 1 gram of fiber, giving it a net carb of 0. Okay. And so there's 0 sugars as well. So you're not going to ever be thrown out of keto if you consume broccoli. Baby beet greens. Okay. So we're talking about the leaf on top of the beets. Very, 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 very high in potassium, by the way. In fact, it's probably out of any food on the planet, the highest potassium food. Okay, 1 cup is 7.9 grams of carb and 7.9 grams of fiber, giving you 0 grams of sugar and 0 net carbs. Incredible, with 39 calories. Okay, endive, which I love on my salad, by the way, 2.2 grams of carb, 2.2 grams of fiber, which, by the way, all the fiber will feed the microbes, and they're going to give you beneficial things in exchange, which we appreciate. 0 sugars, 0 net carbs, 9 calories. Collard greens, 10 grams of carb, 9 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 1 net carb. But because of the fiber, you don't have to worry about the sugar because it's going to go into your body very, 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 very slowly. And realize that you're allowed 20 to 50 grams of carbs. So you're well within the range. 65 calories. Romaine lettuce is pretty good. So total carb would be 3.1 grams, fiber 2 grams, giving you a net carb of 1.1 gram and 1.1 gram of sugar, which basically the net carbs are the sugars, is the same thing. All right, calories 16. That's in 1 cup. Bok choy, 3 carbs, 1.7 grams of fiber, and that would be a 1.3 grams of sugar and a 1.3 grams of net carb. Realize both of those are the same thing. So, I mean, when you consume a cup of anything and it's only 1.3 grams of carbs, that's pretty darn low, and only 20 calories. Now, very soon, I'm going to release a free booklet that will also have a page which gives you a chart on what vegetables that you would want to count if you're trying to lose weight. But with these, you don't have to worry about them at all. In fact, you want to include them with a healthy keto diet. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's some only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.